Great.
Yep, Sam. Ready, go.
I'm gonna put you back on the page, just because there's really nothing in the room. I'm just putting you back in that moment. So like how? So as Nualia's died, and with your attempts, Lorie, like how would Lorie be reacting to
Okay.
the moment?
I'm finishing writing how he would react.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. Like I used that time well. So basically, Laurie, at this point, he like falls to his knees and gets as little as he can for maybe a few seconds. Then he lifts his head, looks at the tall figures beside him, at the Octavian and the Chen. He doesn't lift his eyes up to the Caelwyn because that would require him to also look at New Alia. But then he just whispers to himself, Runelords Lamashtu. In death, you gave me guidance, Leah. Thank you. Then he slowly lifts himself up. He turns Nualia at her back and just closes her eyes. I thought that I wanted to be a knight that protects the weak, but that just doesn't cut it now, does it? She just says that, looking at the beast behind the barrier. Then he comes back a little bit and looks at the big Octavian with his shield. That the Chen that just got up from the being almost dead. He can't force himself to look at the cell when that dealt the final blow that was needed. Friends, I do not know if I have the privilege to call you that.
Well, you're definitely from me. You just brought us back from the brink.
Lord just nods. Yeah, but that was mainly because my previous plea to you, and that one was a selfish one and put you all in danger, especially you, Chen, and I am deeply sorry for that. I am also sorry for I have another thing to ask. Can you be my witnesses?
You getting married?
No, I'm swearing a vow. And then Laurie just turns back to this bar guest, because I think he's a bar guest. And he steps up to him. And you too, beast of Lamash too, witness me before my goddess. For I swear vengeance, which the downflower rarely sees. I swear by the blood of the used, by the hearts of the tainted, by the souls of the corrupted, that those who twist innocence into wickedness, who poison virtue with lies, they shall find no sanctuary from my wrath. I will hunt the corrupter in palace and gutter alike. No crown, creed, or silver tongue shall shield them. Where they spread deceit, I shall bring truth. Where they sow suffering, I shall bring judgment. Where their venom dwells, I shall purge with holy fire. Yes, I offer mercy to the misled, but only for the innocent that deserve redemption, not condemnation. But the architects of corruption, the whisperers behind wicked deeds, the shepherds of damned souls, they shall fall. I shall be relentless as a grave, unyielding as divine judgment, and until my final breath, no deceiver of the innocent shall escape my vengeance. And this is my oath that I swear to my goddess. And then Lord just turns back to you. So, do you want to slay the beast now or later?
I might need to take a couple of minutes.
So I nod. I just tap my fingers at the barrier, like at the glass at the zoo. Then I guess see you tomorrow, beast.
Does that look like it's going to hold this whatever this barrier is?
In its current state, like I said, you can like you could tell now. You could take a natural 20, like, and spend some time investigating it. Like, it's significantly weakened. If like you wanted to put it on like a percentage base, it's about only 30% of what its true potential was. But it's still technically a barrier. Like, it's still there. Like, it's not weakened in the sense that he could break through it right now. It's weakened in the sense that it could be broken by people of significantly lesser arcane knowledge. It would take them a lot less time to break it if somebody was to try.
I just remembered, are the doors still closed?
Yeah.
So we've still got an invisible woman in here somewhere.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. You have time to surrender now.
I don't know if
So you guys have spent some time like talking, trying to talk her out of invisibility and all that jazz. Well,
I mean,
you would
okay.
think it would probably have wore off by now. Like, I think y'all had like 10 rounds go by through all of that.
Yeah, but okay. I will
yeah,
also.
I figured she escaped. Like,
that's fair enough, just in case. I thought you'd close the doors before you had a chance, that's all. But
I was hoping so, but I mean, the fact that she hasn't shown up since then.
Nope, I'm just making sure.
So is the hobgoblin not a bugbear still here?
Oh yeah, where's the bugbear?
The bugbear got killed, got yanked up.
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And Auric got yanked up. Out of character, you don't Caelwyn, like, you don't know this. She went before you and got out literally as you closed the door.
Yeah. Not saying I saw your little arrow thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah.
I figured she got out just as I did it, but I didn't
Just
want her,
as you fucking did it.
Back in. I also didn't want this wizard to come back in on us at some point, so if she got out, she got out. If she didn't, she didn't. For all I knew, she got right to the door, and that's as far as she got.
I was just making sure because obviously, if I was taking a rest before, I mean, is this thing obviously like, is this a summoning? Like, is there way of banishing this without fighting it, or do I have to fight it?
As of right now, you don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could go back to town and talk to people. You could do a lot of things. That's really up to you guys. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, if you want to just like kind of put that off, you can. The rest, like, there's only a couple of extra rooms in this dungeon, so there's nothing really that's going to kill you. So basically, the exploring and combat's over. If you want to just say you guys kind of, loot and take what you can, back to town that you could feasibly carry, and then come back and deal with it, that's a roll of the dice you're going to have to take.
Yeah.
The goblins up top are all dead, and y'all sent Gogmart off, didn't y'all?
I think
Okay.
it was out. I don't know if he stayed outside or not.
Do we have the resources to fight it now?
I don't.
I don't know what it would take to fight this thing.
Well, I saved my smite for it, but
What?
if we don't have the resources like as a team, then we don't have resources as a team.
Does anybody want to roll on the knowledge of what it is, so you could?
That's what I was gonna ask.
You could actually figure. It would be planes.
Okay, I don't have that then.
And wild question: do we get a level up before we fight it?
Just wait for the knowledge.
Octavian, you have knowledge planes.
I have knowledge planes.
Why the hell do you have knowledge planes? Seriously,
we knew stuff.
But seriously, no, seriously, seriously, how do you have knowledge planes? Like, why would your character, like, you know what I mean, know about demons? Like, what would bring Octavian to learn about demons?
Sunday school.
Not no, in the Grand Lodge on Absalom, where he was residing, he was very interested in the world wound and read
That
up on it.
makes sense.
Oh, cool, nice. I like that.
Considering it probably the greatest existent threat to Galarian.
Yeah, well, most of the people that live around there we know about them, don't they? Common knowledge over there.
Yeah, that's okay. 21. So that gives you. I mean, you would be able to tell it's a bargeese, but it's not a normal bargeese. Obviously, normal bargeese are small. This thing is huge in comparison. Um, when it comes to that, you would get 2 questions that I would answer. Like, from its stat blocks that I can give you any information if you want to know.
What resistances does it have, and what immunities does it have? Unless you would count all of that just under defenses.
I think. Hold on, I'm gonna see. So, well, immunities are, well, demons, like, I would assume, like, all demons have the same type of stuff, don't they?
There's some stuff that's common to demons. If it would say it's got like demon traits in the listing, if it has those.
Well, planes are outsiders, right? Same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would know it's not a demon in the sense it's just an outsider. You would know it's got a, you said resistances and immunities? It doesn't look like it. You would not know that it has any. Unless I'm missing something. Like you're talking with resistance. Well, okay. So I was thinking spell resistances, but yeah, it has DR. It has DR 10.
Overcome by
Magic. So that's 1 question. So you'd get another one.
So the question is, who would even be able to deal damage to it? Does anybody else?
what
weapons?
spells can it cast?
It has at will, blink, invisibility, levitate, misdirection as spell-like abilities, and once a day it can charm monster, crushing despair, dimension door, mass bull, strength, and enlarge, mass enlarge.
Nice. But to answer your question, Caelwyn, I've got a magic sword. You can.
I can
do
make
your
my
deck,
magic.
and Lorie, if he smites it, he overcomes all of its damage resistance anyway.
Yes.
Well, now that you asked its spells, you know it can literally just disappear as soon as y'all break that barrier, unless y'all have a way to planeslock it.
Which we don't.
So by the sounds of it, it's come back later.
It's a bit of a kind of how do you deal with it issue. That's definitely a thing.
My only concern is that we'll let that wizard go, like typecaster go.
I don't think she had the desire to mess with it. I think she was literally just like helping.
Yeah, no, I maybe, but like I said, that's my only concern about going back to town kind of thing is the potential of her coming back and unlocking this thing.
Well, I would bet every coin that I have that we could not beat it right now.
Yeah, probably. So I'm guessing we're going back, do some more research.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
without
a
a
great
way to
decision.
stop it casting
Not
dimension.
saying that.
in
Not,
out of game, I can't hurt it at all if it's got magic resistance. I mean, if it, I'm not going to be able to hurt it really, not until we level up anyway.
Your claws
Oh,
don't
which-
count as magic weapons yet. Then.
No, next level, literally next level. Um, but that lock thing that you do with the doors, Caelwyn, can you? How is that like forever, or is it just a few rounds?
oh, it lasts for a minute per level, so it'll last it for 3
No,
minutes.
no, it's fine. I was just wondering if you could lock the door for like a day or whatever. But that.
No, not unless somebody wants to go find somebody that can cast permanency,
Nope.
and
That's
even
fine.
then, it would just be to be broken.
Yeah, we'd need something a bit stronger than hold portal to keep it here. Yeah, so I think
All the portal does is like locks it and adds a +5 to its DC to break through it. So if it's like a strong wooden door, its normal DC is 23, so it becomes a 28.
No, like I said, I was just trying to think if there's a way we could make sure, or not make sure no one could get in, obviously, but just know that somebody's been here. If
I could see if somebody's been here. Like after we leave and we come back, I could tell if somebody's been there. There's a
But we're
thing called arcane. There's a thing called arcane mark, which is permanent. I just cast it in the middle of the door. Actually, no, I wouldn't even be able to know if they've been there
yeah,
because it would
no,
just be split. When it goes back, it would just still there.
yeah. I think we have to take the risk of leaving for now. You agree?
I
I
think
don't
so.
think that's reasonable, given that the wizard is out and she now can bring it herself. I would say we would have to rest here. And
I don't.
someone would have to stay here even then and just protect it. So, what do you say?
What's that?
You know, there's a risk that this wizard, Lorie or something, will come back and release this guy. So we would have to guard him anyway. So I think at
Yeah,
least
without being able to seal the door behind us, I agree that we don't want to just wander
Fine.
off and leave this place
Yeah.
open.
Well, okay,
DM,
so
I-
you
I would
guys,
know
I
from-
will tell
from
you,
my-
like, you guys are like 30-minute ride from Sandpoint. Y'all could literally just go back and hire somebody to come back, or get some of the guards to come back, or y'all could hire somebody to come back and lock the door, like fashion a lock. You know,
That's
y'all
not
could
too
actually
bad.
make a worker or something like that. If y'all wanted to do, like, you know, I'm talking about, like, that's what y'all wanted to do. But I mean, when y'all left Sandpoint, they went on lockdown because y'all, you know, y'all told them this is a big deal. So,
That's a bigger deal now with this thing as
yeah,
well.
y'all were gone for a while because y'all were wandering, you know, around and all that kind of jazz. But you know, basically a day's gone by. I would think by the time you get back, it'd be a day.
We can't fight this thing until we can. You said it can, as soon as that bio is down, it can just
Dimension
teleport
door,
away.
yeah.
So we need.
wait,
So,
dimension
Well,
door.
dimension door just is where it can see. It's not like
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not fucking.
no, dimension door is not just where it can see.
yeah,
But it has to know the place.
It really
So
says transfer yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. So it can only go like 400 feet plus 40 feet per level.
yeah, that's manageable.
Yeah,
Just,
that's farther than you can see.
Yeah.
but that
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it doesn't have to be like horizontal either. It can go 400 feet plus however many caster levels it's got times 40 straight up. So it can be like halfway
Right,
back
but
to
it also
Sandpoint
has to
before
be
we
able
get
to
to the top of the stairs.
visualize where it's going or state a direction. So if it hasn't been where it's wanting to go, then it can't visualize that area. And if it states just a direction, it has an issue, the chance of like going into solid objects.
Yeah, but this thing, you don't know how long it's been trapped and how mental.
Yeah, we don't know how, like, if it was like led through here or not. Like, we don't like
It might know the area.
exactly. I'm just saying, like, it's not like it's just gonna be like there's a chance that it couldn't just go.
Oh, can we tell this thing, has it been here for like an ages, like eons, and it's just been unlocked now? Or has it been like summoned into a circle to be like controlled or something like that? Can we tell or not?
I think we got the not imps, quasi its notes, but I don't see them anymore.
Right now I don't know what you guys have learned. I don't think you've taken enough time going through anybody's stuff other than the Quasit's notes, and I don't think the Quasit's notes has a lot of information on this area because her notes were on the Catacombs of Wrath. You guys still have to go through the people's rooms. Y'all didn't really search them. Y'all just saw them. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to search the place, get some people to guard this room, and then research it and maybe get some countermeasures put before we actually fight it.
Yeah, okay. So, but someone has to stay here and just guard it first. So let's just split that team into two parts,
Well,
maybe.
with our corner rules, can we tell how hard it would be to actually break the last 30%? Well, sorry.
You could roll to check, or you could take a 20, which takes a long time. It's up to you.
Yeah,
Because
just to research it.
Because
Yeah,
there's
just to
nobody
try.
here, but it'll take a long time if you want to truly research the barrier.
Like
So
obviously she was in the middle of a ritual, which we've no idea how long that ritual's been going on for anyway, and she had to, when she sacrificed a few people, which obviously they weren't happy about either. So they probably haven't seen her do that before. Because I mean, they had a ton of goblins upstairs, so why wouldn't have just brought some of them down to sacrifice if that was all it took, kind of thing?
goblins ain't worth that much.
Yeah, so okay. So it depends.
they're goblins.
So,
Come on.
so the sacrifice matters, like how like powerful they are, I suppose.
But yeah, if you spend a long time like investigating the thing, like you could tell the ritual is not an easy ritual to do.
Yeah,
It's
I'm just
yeah,
fig-
it's
I'm
yeah,
just figuring
it's
that
not at all. Yeah.
like
But
le-
yeah, you would have to actually know what you're doing, and even you two, Caelwyn and Chen, who have the true knowledge arcana,
we wouldn't be able to do it easily.
yeah, y'all wouldn't be able to do it easily. And the only spells you saw Lyrie cast were, you know what, mirror image and
Magic missile.
invisibility,
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
used a wand for magic missile.
Right. Yeah. So that's less of a threat at least. Uh, I don't know if we should split the party though, because even traveling back to town might be a little bit dangerous. Would you reckon we should just search this place, especially them rooms that the
Just search the place and go, and then send people back.
yeah, to secure.
I
And
don't.
then
I don't think she alone is gonna be able to take out that thing.
hopefully we just never see
Yeah,
her again.
but she can take down the barrier, so maybe, I will stay with Detect Evil pointed at the fucking entrance here. And you will go search all the rooms, go to the for the backup, and then you will be back in like a 3 hours or so, and we'll do more stuff.
Okay, so like basically Lorie's saying like he just wants to stay here to guard. It's what his character would
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, like this big furry beast is like a too much to leave unguarded.
Right. So are you going to stay in the room or are you going to stay outside the room?
I think in the room and just look at the entrance. And please lock the door when you go back.
Yeah. No. I was going to say, do you want to borrow it from the inside? Um, and we'll have like a code word that when we come back, obviously.
Yeah, that would be the best.
Right. So I mean, collect the loot and then go to them 5 nice rooms and have a look around.
Okay. So, like you guys will spend some time, kind of look through like some of the areas you haven't looked through yet, and find, you'll find some things. What you're gonna learn from the rooms, like basically, like what the quarters, like their quarters would reveal. Like what you learn from Nualia's room is like she's not only, a goblin ally, she's a, she was a deeply broken person consumed by wrath. She has personal writings and prayers to Lamashtu in there. There's evidence she once lived in Sandpoint. Y'all know that now. References to her father, the Tobin, and the old cathedral fire. There's notes about burning away her celestial weakness, obsession with transforming and becoming monstrous. Obviously, mentions of the mother accepting her, plans involving Sandpoint's destructions. Um, like, uh, she burned down the cathedral. She survived when everyone thought she died. You find out she did. I can't remember. Did y'all talk to the wet nurse and find out that she was? Never mind. Y'all didn't. You,
I don't
she
think so.
she makes notes that she found and murdered that bastard Delic after she fled Sandpoint in some of her journals, and you find out she got caught up in a cult um and then led down this path. Uh, in Oric's room, you would learn that he was a mercenary. He was hired by Nualia. He's a gambler, alcohol, loves alcohol. Hated the goblins. Did very much dislike the cult activity. Um,
But he said it himself, didn't he? He does anything for a paycheck kind of thing.
yeah, like well, he like in this stuff you would kind of like even in Nualia and the other people's notes he would never participated in the worshipings of Lamashtu. He stayed away from the temple. He was there for the money. He didn't worship Lamashtu. He did think Nuwali was dangerous and unstable. He questioned staying around. At this point, he probably should have listened to himself. He has considered leaving before.
Oh, well,
He was in love with Lorie. He wrote about how much he loved watching her uh, do her archaeology, because apparently all the stuff you found for archaeology was Lorie doing. That was her thing. That was her hobby, or like her passion. Um, uh, he hated Suto because Suto, Lorie was in love with Suto.
Jesus, that's a weird triangle.
yeah, definitely a weird love triangle.
Yeah. Lorie, her room like felt scholarly and you know, whatnot. She like I said, she was into archaeology. She only came because Nualia had told her about the ancient Thessalonian stuff she could dig up and whatnot. Um, she was really there just for the knowledge and whatnot. She was kind of like she wasn't evil. She's like more kind of chaotic neutral. Like or something. She could kind of look past some of this. Some of the stuff did bother her, but like she was more self-serving. Like she's like, well, as long as I can you know get what I need to get out of it. Uh, Lyrie, Lyrie did despise Nuala because Suto was obsessed with her, and she wanted to be with him, and he didn't give her the time of day. Uh, she was frightened by Malfeshnakor. The beast terrified her. She looked like to the goblins like they were tools. She was very indifferent towards the amount of death the goblins came. She didn't like the plans for Sandpoint, but she's not from this area, so you know, she didn't want everybody in Sandpoint to die. She was trying to figure out ways to talk Nawalia into, not killing everybody.
Well,
Yeah, so that's
that
that's what you get
that
from
means
those
that
people.
means that she's less likely to come and disturb, like unlock the thing anyway, at least.
You find that there's some information on Malfashion Core. From what Nualia's wrote about it, is that he's been trapped here since the Thessalonian times. Um, that let's see, that he Barghe's Barghe's grow more powerful the stronger they by devouring souls, and he became powerful enough that his masters feared him. They used him like back in the day, and then he became so powerful that they decided that they couldn't control him anymore and tricked him and imprisoned him. And then, as the wizards and priests bound him in magical prisons beneath the fortress, eventually, like over the centuries, like the people that kind of had took part in this area had died off, and like nobody was there to kind of come back and fix it or change it, and he's been kind of stuck in limbo for this whole time. Um, Nualia had wrote that she thinks that Lamashtu brought her here to free him, that she has plans for him. That's why she was so devoted to it. But she knew that if she freed Malfeshnakor, that it was a guarantee that she would be able to take Sandpoint without a doubt. Like she had a feeling she could take Sandpoint with like all the goblins, but it was like it's basically in her back pocket if she managed to free the beast. Other than that, like that's what the writings you have. And what is his name? Bartholomew? Bartholomew? Ugh, I can't fucking. Bruthasimus. Yeah, Bruthasimus. He is literally there just because he wants to kill people in Sandpoint, and he's just down for killing humans.
Well, I'm glad we didn't let him go then.
Yeah, like he's just there because he gets to apparently do whatever he wants to the goblins, and then gets to just kill as many people as he wants. He's straight up evil. Like this shit just aligned with him, and it was like, hey, cool, I'll fall in with you guys. He didn't care for
Well,
any. He didn't care for any of the others. Like he respected Oric's fighting ability, but he hated the witch, and he hated how powerful Noalia was, but he knew he couldn't do anything about it.
So he was here just for the love of the game.
Pretty much.
but the one that got away, obviously the woman, um, she's obviously the lesser of all them evil because she was just here for the curiosity of ancient history, basically.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, hold on. Let me look at So that's the kind of information you get, like the background information that you get from everything that's went on here. Nualia was obviously the anger-filled, like the wrath-filled glue that bound this whole kind of ragtag group of villains together. Lamashtu is like the key factor in all of the play of this, and the ancient Thessalonian like kind of era, and Nualia mentioning the rise of the Runelords like obviously has something to play through it. Uh, do you guys come back and tell Lorie that before or after you guys gather stuff up and leave? I need to know like who's gathering stuff up and who's leaving and who's staying.
I will definitely tell them what we found before we leave. But we'll just gather all the treasure stuff and all that will be gone.
Okay.
So what was in this room? Like what did they have? Like the
Yeah, let me get on that.
So Noalia's sword and obviously another bugbear had a bow and I know he had a melee weapon. I can't remember which one it was though.
Yeah, Nualia had a. Oh god.
It's a shame that one the magic missile got away though.
Yeah. Just over here looking at all this. Torch was. Okay, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this loot thing. Hold on. Because people got away. But I'll tell you for sure. I know you're gonna find two of the. What's the least types of bags of holding? Whatever. Is it bags of holding 1 or 4? I can't remember. Did they go up or down?
1.
Okay, so you find 2 bags, like 2 of those. Let's see. Let me pull up. What's his name? Oric had +1 bonded mail armor, a masterwork bastard sword, and a masterwork heavy steel shield. He had a composite longbow, potion of cure moderate wounds. Berthazimus had a heavy flail, a masterwork composite longbow, studded leather, potion of cure moderate wounds. That's what they had on them. Nualia has a +1 longsword, serrated, a suit of masterwork breastplate, a cloak of resistance, and she has a magical necklace that would take some time to figure out what it is. It's got a symbol that you've seen on it of the the Sahedron rune. Have we went over that before with you guys?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I don't think so. But just to check, you said she's got a magical serrated longsword, but in
Yeah.
your macros it was saying bastard sword.
Oh, it was? Shit.
And you're rolling d10s for damage, so it's probably a bastard sword.
Oh, okay, then it is a bastard sword. Yeah. You're right. Sorry, so it's a bastard sword. Well, the Sahedron rune looks like what our rune Rise of the Runelords Discord icon looks like. It's that symbol. I don't have it on here for some reason. I'll have to get you that. But that's that's the necklace is like it glows with energy when somebody casts detect magic on it. But if you want to identify it, you'll have to take time and roll and figure that out. I don't know how that fucking works. How does identify work?
You roll spellcraft while looking at it under detect magic, and the difficulty is, I think, 15 plus some amount for the item's caster level.
Yeah.
You've got it on the identifying items on your tips and info.
Oh,
So
there you go then.
What's the caster level?
I will let you know. Just
But
go
yeah,
ahead and roll it.
that's how you, no, oh, I don't have it. Don't have spellcraft.
I'm looking it up right now. So if somebody wants to try to figure out what it is, that's on them. If not, it's just a necklace she has on her right now that glows in magic. That's not obvious what it will be. That's what those three had on them. And there's still, like, obviously the treasure hoard you found, like, at the top with the goblins and all that jazz, too.
Yeah. Do you have a spellcraft or not, Caelwyn?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, 'cause I
Do
think
you have detect magic?
Yeah, I know he's got the magic.
Yeah, I have both. Like, are we just trying to not have to identify it?
Well, that's the way you
Yeah.
do. That's the way you identify it. If you use
Yeah, these checks are ridiculous, right?
it can be. Yeah, it can be. It'll probably be in the 20s. Caster level 9 is DC 24. Anything higher, and you're going 27, 30. It does get quite big, like.
So
Might as well give it a shot
yeah,
anyway.
it's 15 plus the item's caster level. So tell me what that is. Well, I got a 25, so I can identify something up to a 10th level spell. Well, it says items caster level, so up to a caster level 10. So
You would get,
I mean, if we have to do back in standpoint with study and all that, that's not a problem either.
you at the very least can tell it has some protection capabilities. Hold on. I'm just trying to get a list of everything you guys have found. So I can post it later. So you guys gather everything everything you can now, and head back to Sandpoint, and Lorie's gonna stay watch. You said.
Yes, exactly.
I assume like what you guys can't like carry and fit in whatever the bags of holding you can. Like you guys would come back with like a cart.
Yeah, if it's valuable, then we have to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. So when your guys are leaving, the Gogmer and the Bird Crunch, like the rest of the goblins would be outside. So what would you inform them?
So the long chances of all dead but one. That one ran away. I don't know. You might have seen her.
The white-haired one and Brithasmus are dead, but this place
Yeah.
isn't safe for you.
Yeah.
We'll let you go somewhere else peacefully, and we won't hunt you down. But if you cause trouble for Sandpoint again, then the deal's off.
Yeah. Spread the word to the rest of the goblins that Standpoint under our protection.
Yeah, Gogmart would look around and like would kind of relay that back to anybody that only speaks Goblin and a Goblin. And then like you kind of hear hear some of them kind of like you know say some stuff. He starts speaking back in Goblin. Um, of course, he's got his fire pelt cougar there standing next to him. He kind of points to you guys, says the word Longshank and human, but keeps like kind of intermixing goblin and whatnot. Basically, he's telling them what you said and saying that it's they must go. He points to himself. He comes back and he says I will take these goblins with me. We will no longer be known as he says the bird crunchers, or says a couple of the other mixed clans in. He looks back and he's like, we are the, and he kind of looks over at his firepelt cougar and he's like, we are the Fire Cat clan now. We will head north. He says we will stay far from Sandpoint.
A much better name as well.
I mean, no offense by this, but I hope to never see you again.
He kind of looks at you and he says thank you. And he walks off. Yeah, so he takes them off and yeah, they'll go north. They've got things to do up there. So you guys head down. Lorie, are you were understanding that they took stuff off Nualia's like body? You're fine with that?
Yes. Like,
Okay.
well,
I
we
mean,
will
I
bury
know
her
I
right
know it's
there.
okay. You know what I mean? Like obviously they're not gonna strip her naked right there and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I don't know how her armor is gonna do anything for Octavian. Do you want to mid drift Octavian?
If it'll show off my belly button piercing.
But
Her armor is better because you have visible abs.
yeah, your abs can deflect sword blades.
I get a bonus to intimidate.
Yeah, if you would intimidate shit out of me, I'll do that. So yeah, you guys go back, let the town know everything that's going on.
Yeah, so hopefully for the most part the threat's passed, though we did find quite a larger threat at hand.
Yeah. So you guys will level up. Y'all can go ahead and do that.
It was half of the dice for the HP or the mean value.
It was full HP at level up.
Full HP, Jesus Christ.
Okay. So yeah, so like some time will go by. You guys can, any means you guys want to say that you take for kind of securing the area, that's doable. If you want to, the question is like if you want to take some time to try and hire some spellcasting services or anybody to fight this beast, that's on you. Or you could petition the town for like something if you want, but that'll be like a time consuming thing. But like if you want an immediate answer, like you could basically just hire somebody to come seal up the area, like to put better locks on and all that kind of jazz, or just hire some guards.
Yeah, I think we might have to hire some guards. Like,
Can't we just kill the beast?
I don't think we're
Yep.
to that means yet, is it?
My opinion personally is that we come back once we can get hold of a scroll of
Dimension Anchor?
Dimension Anchor and a way to nullify its invisibility. Because you said it can cast invisibility as well, didn't you?
So, like glitter dust does it.
Yeah, glitter dust or like sea invisibility. That's a 2nd level spell, I think. But yeah, there's ways to.
Yeah, blink, invisibility, levitate, charm, crushing despair, dimension door, massive full strength, mass enlarge. Yeah, so like that's just time dependent on you guys. So like my question is, are you going to try to deal with it like immediately in the same day or two? Because if that's the case, then like got some stuff to do.
I think we'll need to see what gear we're keeping, what we're selling, and what we can afford to buy to go back at it with.
Yeah,
First.
I mean
So,
that's going to be time consuming. Like doing a lot of the selling and butchering and shaking. So,
yeah, so it's probably not going to be a.
well, I'm just saying,
straight
but
away.
also something for you guys to understand too is this thing has been down here for 10,000 years.
Yeah, so it might not be that much of a rush.
Yeah, the barrier's weakened. Don't get me wrong. It's weakened like
Yeah.
a motherfucker. But this thing's been down here for 10,000 years. You will note that the goblins did kind of say something about the creature that whispers in their heads. That's what the Barghese does. Like, you know, he's got the ability to do that with monsters. So that's why a lot of the goblins were drawn here. Lorie, while you're there, he tries to get in your head. I know he doesn't do a good job of it. You know, you have your god protecting you, but you could see why, you know, this has happened.
If you want me roll a will saving throw, I can do this.
No, it's not a will saving throw. He doesn't have the ability to override your will. It's
Alright.
it's it's just his what he does. He tries to get into people's heads.
Alright, so yeah, I just ignore him.
Okay, so that being said, if you, what you're saying is like you just want a full list of everything and do, we can do that. Like I could put a full list, but that might be a bit more time consuming when it comes to all the kind of jazz. Because okay, so the way this plays out is this is the end of book one. Before book two, you guys are gonna have I think up to 2 weeks of downtime for your stuff in Sandpoint to take place. This is gonna give you time to level up and get and to spend the time to basically quote unquote get all your stuff sold and buy your next level buy your stuff. Um, so the threat as of now is ended. Now, Malfesh is a situation to deal with, if you know what I mean. And that's something you guys can take some time to do. So, for moving forward's sake, we'll just say that y'all have come up with like some guards and some locks, locks and whatnot on the place. So nobody's just gonna come and go. That would satisfy Lorie's
Well, after
hesitation.
he's shit talking, then I think I would still want to be close. So yeah, I'm guarding this. Well, extra cards are fine, but the moment I see something go wrong, I'm just gonna pull the plug on this. So I'm still trying to even sleep in this chamber if possible, if this shit talker doesn't wake me.
Okay. Well, I mean, are you gonna stay up here for the 2 weeks if they don't have time to do it? Like if they don't get anything done in time, like how long are you going to stay there? Because there is stuff that the party has to do in the meantime.
I think indefinitely, or till the moment they require me, like hard require, because yeah, this shit is wicked as hell, as you said. It has been here for 10,000 of years, but the slim chance of this beast going rampage on a sandpoint is enough for Lorie to just camp here.
You said that we're about, or that the place is about half an hour's ride from
Yeah.
Sandpoint, and we've cleared out all the goblins and stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't we just claim Thistletop as our base?
Yeah,
That way, we could all kind of live here, and this can be our place for working from and adventuring from. And that way we can act as Malfeshnikor's jailers until we're ready to deal with him more permanently.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, it technically doesn't belong to anybody in the town. Like, if you tell the people in Sandpoint, they'd be glad to have you close by, station.
That way it stops any goblins or anything setting up shop in there again.
Well, the Thistletop this is in the Nettle Woods. Like, the Nettle Woods are a pain in the ass. Like, cause like like we talked about it. Like, it's like walls of brines and nettles. Like, they're a pain in the ass. There are still goblins in the Nettle Woods. They're just not around Thistletop right now. So it's like you'd have to deal with like goblins, but you're a threat moving into an area, if you know what I mean. So it's like you were like a predator moving into, a new area. So it's gonna change the natural order of things.
Unbalance the ecosystem a bit.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's up to you. If that's if that's a way you guys want to do this, like we could say. I don't know how you are going to play that out. In this, there is some other stuff like you do find like things. Like there's a giant hermit crab that y'all end up fighting, but it's not a threat to you guys, so I'm not gonna have us roll it because y'all just gonna beat it down. Y'all end up, doing that, and y'all get some more treasure, and there's a couple other little small fights that don't matter,
Yeah.
I like the idea of actually having a home.
Yeah, and I was thinking if we've got like a couple of weeks where, well, obviously we don't know there's going to be something coming along in a couple of weeks. As far as we know, we've dealt with the problem.
Yeah, y'all dealt with a great threat, yeah.
So we've got some treasure. We've got this, what looks like an old fortress of some sort that we've now taken over. We can maybe pay some townspeople to do some logging, clear a path through. We can fortify it a bit, get that bridge fixed that was ready to fall over.
Yeah, definitely make a path through the woods to make sure that we can get to and from Sandpoint a lot easier.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be helping the local economy, giving people in Sandpoint some paid work.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And I imagine Shalelu would probably appreciate having other capable goblin slayers hanging around in the area as well.
Alright, so I will put in the Discord a list of everything you get. Non-immediate stuff, Malfeshnikor aside. I think, like, the next thing I have planned for you guys would be a mostly RP session of the downtime and what you guys are gonna do, like have some thematic stuff that goes along with it. So if you guys want, I guess we could just call it here. So,
I'm alright with that.
So that way, you guys level to 4. We got that. Everybody will level, and then I'll give you an itemized list of everything, and y'all can figure out what you want to sell and go through and to keep.
Right?
I would say, just keep in mind, I know you guys are going to want to distribute everything evenly, but some of you have magic weapons and the others don't, so not everybody's gotten a fair share, if you know what I mean. I've been really bad about keeping up with that, so like I'm just saying, like whenever you're doing that, take into account some people are just better off equipped. So if you want to kind of figure that out amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I have something in mind for that I'll write up and propose probably tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll put it in the Discord. It's a way groups I've been in the past have done loot, and it's worked really well. Because, like you say, a lot of adventure paths, they assume the standard. They assume you're going to be using long swords and long bows and wearing the regular armor. So anyone that's got a build that's a little bit different, or using a weapon that's a little bit different, or like Chen, not using weapons at all, kind of gets left by the wayside if you just go on what the
I'm not, it
paths
doesn't.
give you and stuff.
I'm
But
not bothered about that at the minute.
well, yeah, it's just the way I've done
Yeah.
looting games before that has worked really well, and it does keep things like fair, despite the fact that the adventure path isn't written with your sort of class
Yeah,
in mind.
I mean this adventure pass was written well before a lot of classes like even existed. Yeah, like this is before the War Priest even existed. Uh, to me, like I would say my kind of suggestion would be that you guys, I don't know what your sheets look like, but keep like somewhere on your sheet in the notes a value of all the stuff you have. So basically a gold value of your character. And that way y'all can kind of compare it that way. That's just the most basic way, but whatever you want to write up, you can write up, and we could discuss it later. But I'll put the stuff in the group loot, and then y'all can kind of just pick and choose and figure out what you guys want to keep. And if there's anything, how did you guys feel about the boss style fight? Was that an okay fight for you guys? Did you enjoy it? Do you have any like comments or suggestions?
I didn't enjoy it. It felt to me
Weird.
like it was bringing in some 5e stuff, some video gamey stuff, and the focus of it was more what she could do, and our characters felt like they didn't matter so much.
Do you prefer just to have like a monster with a lot of hit points and a lot of minions around that you have to slog through?
Yes, I
Is,
think so.
is that the way you like to play?
I
Because
think
the
not
problem with boss
much.
fights is action economy. Like if you fight one boss, you guys are gonna dog pile it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Monsters that are just a great big pile of hit points and to hit bonus aren't so much fun because that's the route that you get into Rocket Tag in Pathfinder, where it's just if it wins initiative, it's gonna knock one of the party either out or below half, and then when everyone else gets their actions, it's gonna die. But I've always found the best way to balance encounters in Pathfinder is sideways, because like you say, we win on action economy if it's against one boss. So more things in a fight that do more things themselves. Ultimately, that would have the same effect that what you did with her, where she gets like one action per party member, then her turn for clicking stuff down. But this fight felt like there wasn't really any tactical approach we could take to it, just because she was doing something between all of our turns, and it didn't let us set up any tactics. It meant that those of us that are martial characters were just having to chase this one target all over the room. So the most we were ever doing was move, standard action, attack, move, standard action, attack, and it felt like how we built our characters didn't matter nearly as much as how you'd built the boss, and that to it might just be me, but to me that puts the focus in the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm just taking it in. No, I get what you're saying. Like, I just feel like with the other way, with like the boss fights, it's like it's just everybody standing in one spot and everybody's just rolling. You know, like roll, hit, miss, roll, hit, miss, roll, hit, miss, and to me that's always very boring to a certain degree. Especially if the boss is a martial character, all it's gonna do is just stand there and just hit back. You know what I mean? Like so, it's just
Yeah,
everybody has.
that's why you have like a variety of different creature types. I mean, I found the first half of that much more interesting because we had an archer to deal with, and a spellcaster, and a tank to deal with,
Yeah.
and that dog that was running around trying to trip
Until
people
we
up.
didn't.
What?
I said until we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the natural progression of a fight, isn't it? You just try and take out, when you take out targets, obviously it gets easier. Obviously, he only managed to take me out, and that was kind of a little bit lucky, to be honest, because I was already on. I was just above half hit point at the start of that fight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll take that into notes about the later on boss fights.
I will add a caveat to what I just said, though. That might be a touch of selfishness in there as well, because don't forget I'm a very cleave-heavy build. So the more things there are in a fight, the more I get to do my stuff.
Yeah, let's note it. Like, and you know, my
Well, you
feelings.
know, you can always cleave into your allies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's guaranteed hit if you're doing to me.
It'll give Chen a reason to be raging.
All right. Well, in that case, I can't think of anything else to bring up. Congratulations on making it to level 4 and getting past the first book.
Thank you for the session.
Yeah,
No problem.
Hey, I expected to be dead already, so I'm super annoyed at you.
I'll try harder
You got
next
back.
time.
You got your backup character ready, have you?
No,
All
I'm
right.
just realizing that my character, like the amount of stuff my character could do, is a lot, and I'm constantly always like having to look back at my notes and be like, okay, so I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Which one is relevant? A cultist apparently can do a fuck ton of shit.
Honestly, I've ever even seen one in the game, to be honest. Other than obviously the like Kingmaker game and all that.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing one in play as well.
So, okay, so like think of it like this, right? So I automatically get abilities just because I have these points into certain implements, right? So like I get a boost to like my dexterity as long as I have 4 points total invested in the associated implements for my panoply that I have. So as long as I don't spend 2 of mine, I will always have this +2 into one of my
Stats.
yeah, to my attacks, and well, an additional +1, I should say. But then like as a move action, I can spend 3 points to gain a single combat feat. Well, if I do that, I lose out on like 2 of my automatic guaranteed abilities. But it was like, okay, when you had her pinned, if she would have stayed pinned, I could have gained the throat slicer and just killed her. So I was looking at that, and then she teleported out, and I was like, well, shit. But then, like, there's one really interesting one. Like, if I'd be reduced to fewer than 0, I can spend 1 point for every 5 points below 0 to just be at 0 rather than going below. So that's a useful thing. So it's just like, oh, just gotta make sure I have that. For every 2 points I have in my abjuration, I get a +1 resistance to all saving throws, which is cool. But I gotta make sure I have them separated a certain way so that I gain that plus also my plus to my ability score. But that also, if I want to enhance my suit of armor, I'm gonna lose out on my +1 to saving throws.
Yeah, interesting decisions are good. It's nice to
There's a
have those to
lot of
make.
decisions in this. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's also like I can spend 1 point to give my weapon cold iron or silver, which was useful a few sessions ago, but not so like every session. So it's nice to have the options, but there's a lot of options.
So
That is a
you want,
really good ability to have, though. I mean, the
so you,
amount
Yeah,
of
it
outsiders
is.
you fight, and they tend to have at least one of those as a requirement for
But
overcoming
like,
the DR.
but I had never used like the spell combat aspect of my Magus. To be fair, when I play Magus, I barely ever use spell combat anyway,
Really?
because right, I use spell strike, but not spell combat that often. At least not
What?
until I get higher leveled. Then I use spell combat.
That
Because no,
seems weird
like
to me.
I don't like taking penalties as much as I can.
yeah, if you get into
Uh,
flanking though to offset it.
Yeah,
right,
it's only a
that's different.
-2 penalty, and it's an extra attack.
So what I'm hearing is though you want your character to die so you can just play like a simple barbarian, yeah.
Hmm? No, I'm
You
not
want
gonna. If I die, I'm not gonna. I don't know what I'll do if I die. Like, like I'm in a different thing on Tuesdays, and I'm a blood rager in that thing, and that thing is literally just point and shoot at something, dude. It hits and it hits hard. Like I'm using an Earthbreaker, so if it hits, it definitely hits hard. But I mean, at higher levels, it's just gonna get even it's gonna get even worse because I can start putting like um augments on my weapons, such as like flaming and flaming bursts and stuff like that. But I don't think we're ever gonna get that high.
Why do you think that?
We'll see.
You think you'll make it?
I don't. So by the time my Magus portion gets high enough for that, it would be like level 12.
We've made it to 12 in the random encounter games, I think.
Right. Well, this is not the random encounter game. This is the
Oh, you don't think
Rise
this
of the Lich.
character is going to get that high?
No.
You don't think you're going to live that long? Because this game goes to 15.
Isn't it like
Oh,
the
I
20?
didn't know that. So I mean, if it
Yeah.
goes that high, then I might see them eventually.
Wait,
But
it goes only to 15?
I think it goes to 15 or 18. It's between those at some point. It just depends how much experience I give you guys.
I think it's 18.
Yeah.
I
but
thought
see,
it
If
could
you
go
guys
a
start
bit higher.
killing stuff too easy, I might penalize you all level. Just saying.
yeah, I'll have to go back and look at my notes for this build because I don't remember. Because I want to say that I literally went Magus mostly just for the card dealer thing, uh the throwing cards. But then after that, it was supposed to be pretty much the majority occultist because I had never played occultist, and I played Magus in so many versions of this.
Hmm.
So we'll see. But like that, like he hit me one time, and it was a crit. Well, no, it didn't confirm. Almost confirmed. But and then I just got healed back up to 2 points away from full, and never took damage again. It's like okay.
Well, she was coming at you, then they kept coming at her, so she
No,
had to turn around.
I took one damage after that, and it was fire damage. Yeah, like every time she kept coming for me, y'all just surrounded her, and it was just like, oh well, cool. Let me just keep throwing cards at you.
What was it about Cardcaster you wanted to go with, or was it just you fancied being
I just
Gambit?
wanted like some. Well, I didn't want to be Gambit per se because I'm not doing like extra like force stuff. I just wanted something different, and it's honestly not a good play style, especially the build I'm doing.
It's such a bad archetype.
It's so bad, and that was kind of just the point. Is I just wanted something like kind of fun rather than um
You want
yeah,
to be a
rather than just the whatever. Like in the random encounters thing, like I literally my backup character for obviously my main character is just smash everything. My backup character is a bladed scarf user who dances around the battlefield. Will never do much damage, but just amusing. Because there was a time like I used to build characters that were just, even if they weren't like the top tier like archetypes and stuff like that, they were still min max to shit. Like I could build things that would perform what I wanted them to do very well. And like there was even times where I went as far as doing the whole making your character older so they have increased mental stats and decreased physical. Like I think I even went, I don't know if I ever got to play it, but I think I went as far as like doing a synthesis summoner that was just severely old, so his physical stats were taken from his eidolon, his mental stats were taken from himself, and
I
he had
did
just like
so
17 basically in everything.
I'm doing something similar to that in my Saturday game I play. It's just, but we roll stats, and I rolled three really bad ones, so they went in physicals. My mentals are all super high. He's a summoner, a synthesist. His eidolon is a now huge four-armed snake wielding huge kukris. So he's
Yeah.
attacking, I think he's 7 attacks around with his knives, and then he's got 2 bites and a towel, and the towel has grab and constrict, and my DM hates me.
Now, I can't do this in Pathfinder because obviously they didn't make everything in 3.5 convert over. But my favorite character I ever built was for kind of like a gladiator arena style thing. But it was um he was a, what is it called? A necropolitan spell stitched, because templates are crazy. I forgot what his actual thing was, but basically he had like spells tattooed on his skin that he could cast a certain number of times per day, and he just I think he had like 27 spells that he could cast. Um, and this was at like level 15, and he could cast those. Some of them he could cast like 3 or 4 times a day, up to like the higher level ones he could only cast like once or twice. But he had a spell list of like 27 spells, and it was just absurd. But he also had the ability to he was the initiate of the sevenfold veil, I think it's what it's called. So he could create barriers around him, either personal or dome barriers. And he at the level he was, he could have up to 3 different colors, and it was like a prismatic or wall effect. So if somebody went to attack him, if he had a personal barrier, if they went to attack him, they would have to make 3 different saves. One of which, if they failed, would just kill them. Another one, if they failed, they would get teleported to a random plane. And I forgot what the last one did. It was just so stupid though.
That's
And
basically prismatic spray as a wall.
right. So the only reason why I lost is because I didn't take in consideration, because we knew what everybody had, like inventory wise. I didn't take in consideration that the Cavalier had one more instance of teleportation. And I put up a dome shield rather than a personal one. So he just teleported in and charged me and dealt like 280 some damage to me in one hit.
That times
But
3
it was,
lance is a bitch.
oh yeah, it is. But it was my favorite fucking character I had ever built. But like I said, I could never put it back in this. The sevenfold veil thing was a prestige class, so theoretically I could convert them. Um, but I think there's a reason why they didn't bring that thing back. Also, spell stits never got added back too. That was because all you had to do is have I think it was just a high wisdom. So like if you had like a 18 or 19 wisdom, you had like hang on, I can actually just look it up. Yeah. So yeah, if you had a 17 to 18, you had +2 5th level. So the way it worked is you had everything up to from 10 to your highest. So it says spells known. So if you had like 10, you'd have 2 first level. But then if you had like 19 plus, you'd have up to +1 6th level. So you would end up having like 4 first level, 4 second level, 2 third level, 2 more 5th level, or 4, yeah, all the way up to 1 6th level. So you just have a ton of extra spells per day. So it was just stupid. Let's see if the 7 fold. Yeah, you just got to create prismatic wall, but your